Well, here we are at Lorne Valley Farm in New South Wales. Normally we plant ryegrass, but I'm getting a bit sick of spending money all the time on having to do it all every year. So this year I went for prairie grass, and it's a lot more expensive and it's harder to get established. And I probably couldn't have picked much worse year in doing so. It's we planted it an Anzac Day, just around that time, and it took a long time to get going. I did a soil test on the farm before I planted, and was told that we don't need any fertiliser for 2 years, but we'll need some nitrogen once we get it going. So that's what we've done. But the cows were in here probably Monday it'll be 4 weeks, so they're in here. I'm also sick of paying $1,000 a tonne for urea and having it and being told we're going to get 20 mils and we end up getting 2.5 mils. So I went for something different in here called nitrotane. Brad from the co-op at Combine told me to give it a try, and this was put on Friday, so a week, been down 7 days, and I think I can see a good difference in it. This particular brand of prairie grass is called Matua. It's an older one. This is the only paddock that I planted Matua in. All the other, including the one further down there, I used Matua and Geronimo. Matua's been around a long time. Geronimo's a newer one. Does give you a bigger yield. I don't know. It's too early to tell, because we certainly haven't had the returns of what we would have had on rye, but nobody has this year. This is 2021. And I've been to some field days, and the boys up at Old Bar, all those dairy farmers up there, have put on huge amounts of nitrogen to try and get it going, but the soil, I'm afraid, has just been leached by too much flooding. We normally get about 1.5 meters of rain. Well, we got 950 mils in 3 days. Now, on top of that, combines are 20 or 30 kilometres further up, and they also got it the same amount, so we had 1.5 meters of rain in 3 days come down our river. Now, our river's here where those trees are, and these were all covered in water, just saturated. So it's taken a long time to get back, but I can see it now. It's looking really, really good. Lots of seed. Now, according to the experts, if you let this stuff go to seed, and obviously they've got to be mature, then you won't have to plant it again next year. And that would be a blessing to have, wouldn't it? But it is, as I say, 3 times the price of ryegrass, but pretty happy with what I can see here. Lots of clover in it too, which is really taken off. And yeah, I did top this when this finished, because we had lots of different weeds, had lots of docks come through, and fireweed. No Parramatta grass in here to speak of, but yeah. Anyway, we're further on up there, so this finishes, the Matua blend finishes here, and of course there's another thistle. We'll get him while we're here, and so that's, Matua's cheaper. Yep, and I don't know. I think that it's certainly thinner up here. This is prairie and Matua together, but this was really savagely hit. There were so many trees and so much sand in it that it's hard to tell. That's the hills up there. Anyway, that's my little bit of a story on prairie grass.